He was born in darkness, but brought light to the world. Long before he became an icon, Stevie Wonder was just a small boy in Michigan who couldn't see the world around him, so he learned to feel it instead. Every sound, every vibration, every heartbeat became part of his universe. What began as silence turned into symphony, and the pain of blindness became the language of beauty. His story isn't just about fame or talent, it's about faith, struggle, and the magic of turning obstacles into art. From church choirs to global stages, Stevie Wonder didn't just play music, he lived it. This is the story of the boy who couldn't see the light, yet spent his entire life teaching the world how to hear it. Stevie Wonder, the boy who saw the world through sound. He was born in darkness, but brought light to the world. Stevland Hardaway Judkins entered life 6 weeks too soon, a fragile baby in Saginaw, Michigan. In 1950, doctors saved his life, but the oxygen that kept him alive also stole his sight. His eyes would never see light again. Yet even then, something extraordinary was forming, a gift that would turn pain into poetry. His mother, Lula Mae Hardaway, was a woman of strength, working tirelessly in Detroit while raising her children alone. She filled their tiny apartment with gospel hymns, rhythm, and faith. Those sounds became Stevie's universe. When other children played outside, he listened to the hum of the fridge, the whisper of wind, the heartbeat of the city. Sound was his sight, and music became his way of understanding life itself. By the age of 10, he was already playing piano, harmonica, and drums with a fluency that felt almost supernatural. Every note carried emotion far beyond his years: joy, longing, faith, defiance. To him, music wasn't entertainment, it was survival. The world called him blind, but Stevie Wonder was already seeing deeper than most ever would, through vibration, through feeling, through soul. His childhood wasn't just a struggle, it was the beginning of a revolution in sound. Stevie Wonder, the prodigy who outgrew Motown. At just 11 years old, Motown Records took a chance on a boy who couldn't see, but could feel music like no one else. Stevie Wonder walked into Hitsville, USA with a harmonica in his hand and fire in his heart. Berry Gordy saw something rare, not just talent, but magic. When Stevie performed Fingertips, Live, the crowd went wild. His voice cracked, his laugh rang out, and the moment became history, the youngest artist ever to top the Billboard charts. A new sound was born, raw, joyful, unstoppable. But fame came with chains. Behind the spotlight, young Stevie had little control over his money, his music, or his future. Motown molded him like a product, not an artist. Every song, every tour, every dollar ran through the machine. He was a boy wonder trapped in a man's game, playing hits for an empire that didn't let him grow. Yet even then, you could hear rebellion in his rhythm, a spark that refused to be owned. He wanted more than fame. He wanted freedom, and soon, the same boy Motown discovered would rise to challenge the very system that built him, turning innocence into independence, and transforming pop into pure soul. Stevie Wonder, the man who turned freedom into faith. In 1971, at just 21, Stevie Wonder broke free. After years of being treated like a product, he walked away from Motown's control, and came back as an artist reborn. He wrote, produced, and played his own music, creating albums like Music of My Mind and Talking Book. Sounds so rich, personal, and spiritual that no one had heard anything like them before. Stevie wasn't chasing hits anymore, he was chasing truth. Then came the crash. In 1973, while traveling between shows, Stevie's car slammed into a truck. The impact left him in a coma for days. Doctors weren't sure he'd wake up, but when he finally opened his eyes, he asked to hear music. As a friend sang softly beside his hospital bed, Stevie moved his fingers, as if playing invisible piano keys. He awoke with a song in his soul. From that moment, every lyric carried a prayer. His music became his ministry, Higher Ground, living for the city, love's in need of love today. Each note was survival, each melody a message. The boy who once sang about joy now sang about justice, mercy, and the human spirit. Out of tragedy came transformation, and Stevie Wonder's sound became not just music, but medicine for the world. Stevie Wonder, the man who loved like he sang. Love followed him like melody follows rhythm. It found him on stage, in studios, in the quiet moments between songs. Stevie Wonder loved with the same intensity he brought to music, fiercely, passionately, and without fear of heartbreak. To him, love wasn't just emotion, it was rhythm, harmony, and faith intertwined. He loved deeply, and he loved often, but never quietly. He married Syreeta Wright, his creative twin, a singer-songwriter whose heart and talent matched his own. Together, they wrote and recorded songs that felt like conversations between souls, tender, playful, spiritual. Tracks like If You Really Love Me and Signed, Sealed, Delivered captured their chemistry perfectly. Two dreamers learning to breathe in sync. Their love was both muse and mirror, fragile, yet unforgettable. But like many love songs, theirs faded, the marriage ended, but the music never stopped. Out of heartbreak came Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie's masterpiece. A love letter to humanity itself. He turned pain into harmony, loss into legacy. Through the years, he found love again, in the quiet, the chaos, the decades of fame and family. Yet his truest romance was always with the music. Because for Stevie Wonder, every love, every heartbreak, every miracle began and ended in song. Stevie Wonder, the sound that never died. Decades passed, the world changed, but the message stayed. Stevie Wonder's voice became more than entertainment, it became a movement. He sang for love, but also for justice, equality, and peace. From the civil rights era to global humanitarian causes, his songs spoke to the conscience of generations. Happy Birthday helped make Martin Luther King Jr. Day a national holiday, as Higher Ground and Sir Duke reminded us that joy could be revolutionary. For Stevie, music wasn't escape, it was vision. Rhythm was his truth, and melody his way of seeing the world. Though time moved on, his spirit never dimmed. He performed for presidents, inspired millions, and mentored new artists who grew up listening to his sound. Yet he never lost humility or humor. Behind the legend was still the boy from Saginaw, curious, grateful, full of wonder. He taught us that blindness isn't the absence of vision, it's a different kind of sight. Through him, we learned that faith can be louder than fear, and love stronger than loss. Stevie Wonder didn't just make music, he gave the world a heartbeat it could dance to, cry to, and believe in. Decades later, his songs still glow like sunrise, reminding us that love is the only thing truly worth hearing. Stevie Wonder, light through the dark. He never saw the world, but the world saw itself through him. Stevie Wonder's life was more than music, it was a revelation. Through every song, he painted what eyes could never capture: love in motion, faith in sound, hope in harmony. His blindness wasn't a barrier, it was a lens that turned silence into soul. From the joyful clap of Superstition to the tender ache of Overjoyed, Stevie gave us more than melodies, he gave us meaning. He reminded us that greatness isn't about what you see, but what you give. That rhythm can heal, and harmony can unite. His story is not just one of fame, but of faith, a life that turned struggle into song, and darkness into light, and every note still glows like light breaking through the dark.